Thank you. Actually, that leads in very well to our next question, which is thinking about the sort of field of social entrepreneurs and NGOs in providing education services. It's really grown up very quickly in some places and sort of by default with a real lack of coordination and dialogue with the government. And there are lots of reasons for this. But my question to you is, so how do we create that dialogue and how do we create the coordination that's necessary to, on the one hand, allow the provision to take place and the innovative ideas, and on the other hand, to deal with some of the issues that are occurring around how fast it is come about? Professor Torres, did you want to say?
Let me offer three options. Okay. One is what I will call smart regulations. Smart regulations. That is, even now in the US, looking at the for-profit, two suggestions which I think make a lot of sense are the following. The for-profit should really share the losses when the student default. And in the for-profits in the US, last year, 47% of the students who entered the for-profit graduated. So it's a graduation only 47%. And more than 27% default on their own loans. So the first element, smart regulation. The second element of this smart regulation, the government should set up some kind of eligibility test for people to demonstrate the skills to attend college. The reason many people default and don't finish because they go to colleges and they don't have the skill. Second suggestion, smart laws making education a funding priority. I think it's very important to look at the experience of Brazil. 5,000 municipalities, and by law, 25% of the budget of each municipality have to be spent in education. Second, Brazilian experience. The idea that enterprises have to pay a percentage, a small tax that will go to education to enhance the capacity training of the institute working in technological education. Third suggestion in this same category, the idea that has been discussed now in Europe of a small tax of 2% for financial transactions at the source. This has been around for years as an idea, but with the crisis now, people are trying to implement it. I would say, let's do that, and let's use the 2% to retrain the people that have been displaced from their jobs, and particularly some of them in the 40s and 50s have difficulty to get another job. And finally, I would suggest a new compact, a new social compact, linking these social entrepreneurs with the capitalist state in an attempt to create a new model in which civil society and the state works in such a way that education is neither regulated by the market, not completely regulated by the state.
Thank you. Mr. Andalusi?
I think that we need to develop our partnership with the Ministry of Education to sign agreement between the two parties, because often we intervene in the school and we have just an oral agreement to get involved, but it is not a good way. We need to indicate in our agreement what is the commitment of each party, what is the commitment of the Ministry of Education, what is the commitment of the principal, of the teachers, because today they say, oh, okay, this is your job, this is your activity, but it is dangerous because today they can stop all our initiative, all the NGO initiative. At any time, they said, we are not interested. So we have to even in our pedagogical tool, for example, when we produce some tool, we need to work together, even if they have not competences in entrepreneurship, we need to get them involved. And we need, first, I think, to not to consider our activity as extracurricular activities. We can't consider today entrepreneurship, financial literacy, or life skill, or leadership as extracurricular activity. We need to include them in the curricula. And I think if we have a recommendation from WISE or from UNESCO, or from to have all this this new approach in the curricula. I think we can find a good way to work together. And as I said before, we need to communicate on their and to organize them, and to organize because we can't do anything without their logistic, without their assistance.
Thank you. Mrs. D'Souza, you've actually had a lot of experience working with and having dialogue with the government in India around your programs. Perhaps you also have some ideas about how we improve the dialogue between government.
Yes. Well, a lot of people in India say to us, what is it that makes you want to kind of work with government when you know how difficult it is? And so I say that's exactly the challenge that makes us want to work with them. And our experience has been that while everything is not hunky-dory, it can be difficult. It's, we say sometimes it's really one of these rides, which by and large, we've had the kind of people in government who have seen that what we've had to offer their schools has raised the standard. And so we've had a lot of good experiences, positive experiences. We have also had the sort of experiences where it makes you feel, will governments ever be able to do anything about the quality of education for the poor? However, nowadays we notice that things are improving, that we have reason to hope that the government in India is beginning to take an interest in seeing that quality education is there. And Dr. Opfer told you at the beginning that now, this year, we are networking and collaborating with another high-profile NGO called Nandi that's looking to see how we can take to scale quality education all over India. Now, they came to Parisarasha because they saw that the package of services that we have, the quality is as high as we offer to our to the ICSE schools we work with, and to the CBSE schools we work with, which are the for-profit elite schools. But we offer the same quality to the municipal schools, which don't have this kind of, they don't have the funds for all of it. Nevertheless, we are able to offer quality. And that is what I think government wants. And the fact that we can now take it to scale. Parisarasha didn't have the resources to take it to scale on an all India basis. But we can now take it to scale. And there are, the Dell Foundation, for instance, is funding Nandi for them to be able to take it to scale. So the experience has been that over the years, though there are times when one feels frustrated, the general picture is that there is more positive than negative with the government.